Good afternoon. Welcome back from the Genspiration Luncheon. How amazing was that to see our young innovators at their finest? Their passion and ideas truly inspire what's ahead in the world of innovation. Now it's my pleasure to introduce a very special presentation. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Esther Oh, co-director of the Johns Hopkins Memory and Alzheimer's Treatment Center, an associate professor of medicine, psychiatry, and behavioral sciences, and pathology at the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine and the National Institutes of Health. Dr. Oh is going to share details about an exciting new funding opportunity that you won't want to miss. Let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Esther Oh.
Hello, everybody. I'm Esther Oh. I'm a geriatrician and professor of medicine at the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine. Today, I would like to discuss with you about one of our programs, the Johns Hopkins Artificial Intelligence and Technology Collaboratory. So the population pyramid is getting larger, and about 70 million are baby boomers. All baby boomers will be age 65 years older by 2030. And so as a geriatrician, I spent a lot of time thinking about different ways to improve health of our older adults. But there's even a larger cohort who's turning 65, and that's the millennials who will turn 65 starting 2045. As we think about how we can continue to provide excellent care for our older adults, and when we take into account the shortage of healthcare providers and caregivers, we naturally turn to AI and technology space to explore more innovative ways to provide care. However, it is very important to determine what older adults want before we jump into creating things. So, what do older adults want? They want a lot of energy, good health, and not too much interaction with the healthcare system. They want to be independent. They want to be able to think clearly and enjoy social contacts and have meaningful activities. And what do older adults want to avoid? Poor outcomes after medical procedures or treatments, and chronically poor health, functional dependence, and dementia-related loss of independence in housing and self-care. They want to avoid social isolation and lack of meaningful engagement with the world. And some of these ideas are captured in this article by one of my colleagues, Dr. Nancy Schwanburn, that I would like to invite you to read. It not only provides perspective from the older adults, but also from clinicians, payers, investors, and developers as well. And all this really means is that we want to extend the health span, the time when one is free of frailty and disability. So our own efforts to promote the development and implementation of novel AI and technology approaches at Johns Hopkins is called the JHAITC, or Artificial Intelligence and Technology Collaboratory. It is funded by the NIA, or the National Institute on Aging, and distributed across 3 academic centers, Johns Hopkins, University of Pennsylvania, and University of Massachusetts. So we're trying to facilitate independence and resilience in older adults. And care for older adults are very complex. They may have incontinence, frailty, wounds, too many medications or polypharmacy, many medical conditions or multimorbidity, social isolation, and cognitive frailty or dementia. So we're thinking of different ways where AI-based technology can meet some of these needs. So at JHAITC, there are 2 large categories of funding. The first one is for the Alzheimer's disease and related dementias, or ADRD. Each proposal can range from $10,000 to $200,000 over 1 to 2 years. Proposals must demonstrate some viable pathway towards product development and must prioritize the use of engineered and AI-based approaches. AI tools to diagnose dementia in the emergency department is one of the proposals that we have funded in the past. Another one is software to detect mild cognitive impairment. Some others include wearables to notify caregivers of health events for individuals with dementia, in-home detection system, prediction tool for future cognitive impairment, robots to detect behavioral problems in nursing homes, and virtual reality to engage patients. The next category's goal is to maintain independence in older adults. And some examples of funded proposals include vision assessment using smartphone, virtual reality for social engagement, wearable technology for sleep disorders, and device to improve balance. Our central coordinating center is called A2 Collective, and each university site also may provide study populations that are different data sets, mentorship from industry and university experts and stakeholder groups of patients and caregivers to give good feedback on the new technology that is being proposed. At this time, we're in our final year of funding, so 5th year, and have completed the application process. However, we're very hopeful about another application to come out from the NIA for 5 more years of funding, and I hope to be able to come back to you to provide more information. But I also wanted you to be aware of the efforts by the NIH and the close collaborations between engineers, data scientists, and clinicians to improve the health and well-being of older adults. Thank you for your attention.